What are you addicted to? Now, did you know that all of us are addicts? Okay, let me explain here. When you usually hear the word addict, you think of drug addict, right? But all of us, we have our own addictions, something that we've built into a bad habit. Now, we usually get addicted to things that make us feel good, and they're usually like mini escapes, for us to escape from our stressful and you know lives that aren't really the best, right? This could be something as simple as sugary food or even something like online games. Other common examples are things like watching TV shows, sex, social media, online shopping, and of course we have smoking and drinking. Can you name any other addictions? Maybe you have other addictions. Maybe you're aware of other addictions. They could be your own or they could be somebody else's. Let me know in the comments, what other addictions are you aware of? What other things are people addicted to that help them escape? Now, in my case, I realized that I was addicted to Facebook. And when I wasn't doing anything, what I'd do is I'd pick up my phone and then I'd start scrolling, like just for I'd say 5 minutes, not 5 minutes, it's a short break, 5 minutes. Then 2 hours later, I'd realize that so much time had already passed. Now, every day, I was probably spending 4 to 5 hours just on Facebook. How about you? How many hours do you think you spend on Facebook? Now, when I realized I was spending so much time on Facebook, I had to do something about it. And we come to our first lesson of today. Make it difficult. Now, when we're trying to break bad habits and when we're trying to break addictions, we have to make them difficult and inconvenient. So the first thing I did was I uninstalled the Facebook app from my phone. So I know that you can still just visit the website, that you can open up Chrome or a browser and visit the website, but it makes it harder to access Facebook and it's not as convenient to use. It's not nice to use it on the phone actually. Now, just by doing that, I don't feel like opening Facebook on my phone anymore. It's a hassle for me. The second thing I did to make it difficult was to install Facebook Newsfeed Eradicator on my computer. So what this did is it's an extension for Chrome or Edge or Firefox, and what it does is that it eliminates the newsfeed so that I wouldn't be distracted when I need to open up my Facebook messages, or sometimes I need to open up work notifications. There is no newsfeed. It's replaced with a motivational quote instead, so you don't get tempted to scroll. It's impossible to scroll the newsfeed on my computer, really. When I open Facebook, I cannot scroll the newsfeed at all. So now, in order for me to scroll through my newsfeed, if I want to check Facebook, I have to open up the website on my phone browser, which is very inconvenient. I made it difficult, but what it did is it brought my usage from around 4 hours a day to 1 hour a day. I think now it's even less than 1 hour a day that I scroll through Facebook. Another bad habit that I broke with the same strategy was eating junk foods. Now, I just never almost buy junk foods. So it's difficult. Like if I feel like I want to eat junk foods, I'd have to go to the store first. I have to go down, go to the store, pay, come back up, and then eat junk food. So it's really difficult for me to do so. Okay, the second tip, the second lesson, and the second thing to do to stop your addictions and bad habits is to break the cycle. Okay, so usually we feel inclined, we feel like doing our addictions or performing our addictions or bad habits when we're bored or when we're feeling sad, right? How about you? What do you do when you're feeling bored? When you're feeling sad, what do you do? For example, I would scroll Facebook, right? When I was taking a break from work, usually that's when it would start. Now, 5 minutes turns into 2 hours. But instead of scrolling Facebook, I could replace that habit with other more productive things, such as taking a quick walk, to clear my mind, listening to music, or listening to a podcast which is educational. Now, nowadays, I have many other activities that I am reminded to do, that I'm inclined to do before I even open up my Facebook feed, before I get stuck on Facebook. Alright, so there you have it. The more that we're aware of our addictions, of our bad habits, and the more we're aware of how we can break them, the more that we can be happier with our everyday lives because we are doing things that we want to do and we're not wasting our time on useless stuff, really. So I want you to make this commitment. It's a comment and it's a commitment over in the comment section. I will break my bad habits and addictions. And if this resonated with you, and if you know some people who this can help, please share this with them. You can hit that share button, or if you're listening to the podcast, you can share with them the podcast. Some reminders for the rest of the week. On Thursday, we're going to be talking about how to make your loved ones feel loved. That's episode 14. That's July 30, Thursday at 10 o'clock in the morning. On Friday, we're talking about finding purpose in work. So for us to be happier with our work, we need to find that purpose. Friday, July 31 at 10 o'clock in the morning. And also, we have a free webinar coming up. It's called The 3 Pillars to a Happier and Healthier Life. Visit jason.ph to register. Just visit jason.ph, scroll down a little bit, and register for the free webinar. Okay, I hope this was helpful for you, and I'm going to see you in our next episode on Thursday.